Welcome everyone to a night out on the DL. We are on session 57. I call this just BigYin's last ride. I think that's something I'm gonna actually title it an episode. That's what I'll call this one. Even if BigYin doesn't actually die or leave the campaign, I think that's what I'm gonna title it. I think that'll be funny. BigYin, you were gracious enough to lead this venture into Garfield's house. So if you don't mind taking it away with the recap, I would appreciate it.
All right, well, no, I'm not gonna do that in character. Um, so we left off last session with the fight ending. We killed all the baddies, survived, scorched, burned, in need of healing. Um, we got some loot. We actually found a fair bit of gold and some other items. Um, we continued to as we worked our way down, we began to examine things in the aftermath. Um, while we were searching around various levels, there were some corpses, especially in the room we fought, where there was another fire elemental. And it looked like there had been a couple of werewolves and a couple of druids that had all been experimented on. Um, Basically, it looked like someone had tried to combine with the magic or the curse of lycanthropy with the magic of with druid magic, and it had the effect of kind of turning lycanthropy magic up to 11, but with some pretty deleterious effects, like as in basically the were creature would basically continue to grow inside and expand and up at a given threshold, and then would eventually go kaboom. But the bodies we found clearly didn't have is in the early stage of experimentation, because the lycanthropes had their entire internal organs rearranged to the point where it couldn't sustain life, and it looked as if all the magical pathways for the druids had been shattered in their bodies. Um, we continued to kind of walk around, search. We found a letter. From We found a letter that was talking about how revenge will be sweet. It was from Joffer, talking about how he had left the town of Welton, and he was looking. And the letter was effectively written to the mage of the brother of the priest, all the way back in Welton, the weird wild magic mage that we were looking for that we never found, that who apparently was experimenting on the hyper intelligent wolves that we met and made a deal with. And yeah, so we kind of might have gotten that one wrong. Um, and basically, Joffer is not exactly happy with us, and yeah, we might be on a hit list. Um, we talked to Elwarin's aunt, get everything squared away. The Emerald Enclave showed up. They're gonna deal with trying to interrogate the cultists, though a lot of them had their tongues cut out. Some Those who had survived that process and who hadn't had their tongues cut out, or self tongues removed, I should say, um, were bound and gagged in a way that they couldn't uh, remove their own tongues and not be prevented from speaking. So we go back to the cart, take a rest. Um, oh yeah, we actually found some pretty interesting potions as well. And Ulrich has his magical fancy armor. We go back to the cart, take a rest, ride back to Red Larch, where I proceed to wander in with the help of Zanril disguised, and he gets me to Garfield, and along with Elwarin, who's sneaking his way behind us, making sure we don't get attacked. And basically, we have a conversation with Garfield, where I'm basically down to my last day on the deal. Um, it seems like the initial decision that Ulrich the BigYin's going to go with is a battle of wits, and at that point they reach back out to Elwarin. Graciously reaches back out to Lando and Ulrich, who are hanging outside the town because stealthy they are not, and they're basically going to make their way into town. They're going to fight their way in if they have to, get to Garfield's house, and as it stand, the plan is to talk to do the Battle of Wits. And the interesting thing is, oh yeah, if the ultimate plan is though, as we were wandering through town, we definitely saw roving bands of humanoids with pieces of paper looking for specific people, 5 specific people. So,
6.
in considering 6 specific people, and considering it was considering the letter that Joffer sent and the original party, of which Elwarin and I are the only remaining members, um, were mentioned, you have to wonder who the other 4 are, but certainly someone's looking for us, or someone's searching for a group of 6 somewhere. So things
Yeah.
are all very, very tense. So we stand on the edge of a knife with decisions to be made, souls won and lost, and a mission still to complete.
Yeah, a couple things to add. Or kind of during your downtime, as you were hanging out with Lando, kind of discussing the plan, you noticed that the metal slime that has been, kind of taken over this half plate armor has been eating away a little bit at the metal armor. So you might want to get that reviewed eventually. It's still you're still good with the dwarven plate, but as you kind of were inspecting it this morning, you notice that there was just a little bit like frayed from the edges, like some of the metal had been eaten away. Um, so that's just something to keep in mind. On top of that, Zanril had found the group of 5 people that were looking for you guys in one of the bars, the Helm at the High Sun, and they were talking in there as he was leaving from the swinging sword after having blown all of your guys' covers.
Nice. Thanks for that.
Well, do what you gotta do. He got free beer, so hey. Yeah. And so if you guys look in your journals, I added a handout section under the player characters.
Bad Boys contract.
Yep, you can open that up. You guys' party name is the Bad Boys, per
I did
what
not
the
know
BigYin's said.
that.
The BigYin mentioned that towards the end of the last session. So this is the contract as stated at the end of last session. And the second one is obviously the second one regarding Frank the Clay Dog and the additional power increase. So those are the things. They have not been signed yet. Garfield has kind of put them out in front of Elwarin still. And that's where we pretty much ended last session, with the group kind of having these 2 contracts and it being known that the second contract doesn't have to be enforced or signed off on until after the first contract's finished, if that's how you guys want to play that. Also, Lando and Ulrich are not here yet, but just to allow them to see what's going on in the room, here we are. They are still outside. I believe, Zanril, you said you wanted to do something kind of in this downtime before you guys obviously signed the contract and before Ulrich and Lando got here, because there's going to be a few hours before they're going to get here in the evening.
Yeah, that's true. What was I trying to do again? Oh, sell some stuff.
Yeah, I think you're going to try to sell some stuff, and you're going to try to look into what you could do with the purple worm scales, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this would be a good time. Like I said, assuming that, like I said, obviously, if Elwarin, you guys can go over the contract more in detail. Maybe if you guys want to ping people on the sending stone, talk to Ulrich and Lando about what the contract details are, more than welcome to. And you guys can kind of like hash out any additional or edits you would like to have to that. But that's where those things currently stand. So that's kind of where we're at in the game at this time slot. It's probably like 3 PM at this point. So there's 3-ish to 4 hours before Ulrich and Lando were planning on coming over. So that's the kind of downtime we have right now.
Okay, I think if I remember correctly, we went back and forth on the contact details, and I think they're already aware of this, right?
Yeah, but this is the kind of final contract details that Garfield had written out and is waiting for you guys to sign, saying we can amend this as needed. But you now have a actual physical contract. Before it was all just in theory. now the contract is
Yeah.
kind of laid out in front of you, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, plot-wise, I think it would make sense to wait for me to wait for Ulrich and Lando to come here to
Cool.
sign it and make it official.
I actually have
so-
one other thing I'd like to do while everyone else is doing downtime stuff.
Cool. We'll do Zanril first, and we'll pop over to you, Mr.
That's
Biggin.
fine.
You're also super loud, so give me 1 second to lower your volume.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. This is better. Before you were super quiet, so I had to increase your volume. Now you're at a much better level. I don't know if the mic is better. But
Excellent.
it's good. Cool. Sweet. Well, I guess let's talk to our boys in blue that are waiting outside. Are you guys just literally just waiting for nightfall and then making your move?
I mean, I'd be down to just go now. Let's get this shit over with.
Yeah. you
No,
do
we
that
can
now.
wait till nighttime. I don't think it'll be a little bit smart. Just the tiniest bit.
I know, but we're two fat asses, running around in the dark, and we're small.
but
People are gonna
We
think
might
we're
we
being
might be able to
shifty.
kill. Well, because we are being shifty, we are going to kill them.
Well, yeah. All right, that's fair. I have a fucking mail, dude. Like, that's not easy to run around with. I'm just trying to be, keep you on my pace. I guess
Yeah,
am
no, I
actually
mean,
pretty- actually,
I
I'm
get
pretty
it.
stealthy. So
He's like, I have not
Maybe we
respect
can-
my character to be a dex-based character here, guys.
maybe we can make this work. Yeah, but I got 4. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot
Yeah.
of 4s.
4 stealth is
and a
pretty good.
6.
I have
7.
0 and disadvantage. So
Nice.
maybe we should wait till nighttime and then try to kill at least one unaware.
All right.
Okay.
You've convinced me. I appreciate
That's
it.
yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Got it. Okay, cool. Cool. Then let's get into Zanril. So yeah, Zanril. So Garfield's kind of laid the contract out, and he's just kind of like hanging out, like watching over you guys. And now this would be a kind of lull in the conversation that you could bring up the things that you have and are interested in selling and or working with.
Oh, excuse me, Garfield. I was wondering.
Oh,
would you
yes,
be
Zanril.
Would you be interested in some young purple wormling blood? Poison, I meant.
Ooh. Oh, I'm always interested in poisons, especially those of interesting and unique animals, son. How much do you have?
I have just a vial of poison.
Ooh, I can buy that from you for 400 gold pieces, son. What are your thoughts?
Wow.
Can you make it? Can you add in another 100 or something? It was quite difficult to get.
Do you have anything else to sweeten the deal, perhaps? Maybe something, a little something else you can add to the pot, huh?
Unfortunately, no. How about 450?
Fine. But the next thing we do business with, you must promise to show me something interesting before we deal to sell these things and do our trade, huh? You must show me something quite interesting that maybe is the first time you've seen something, huh?
Oh, understood. Yes, and I was wondering, do you have a undead eyeball encased in a gem? It's
He looks at
Just-
you.
That's so specific.
Yeah, he looks at he's like, yes. May I ask what you need it for?
it's for a spell, obviously.
And you laugh, right?
Yeah.
Encased eyeball.
At least, like a gem worth at least 150 gold points.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So then, what Garfield can do is just give you 300 gold pieces and that.
Yeah,
gem.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that what
Okay.
you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Let's. He goes to the back and he gets it for you. He's like, yeah, here you go. You know me. I love trading things that aren't necessarily money.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
and so
course.
add 300 gold pieces, the encased eyeball, and a gem, and remove the poison from your
Gotcha.
inventory. Anyone else want to make a deal? Oh, dealing is so much fun. And as you see the transaction kind of exchange hands, Roll an Arcana check for me. See if you can understand what's happening. Elwarin, you can see what's happening. I would say BigYin, you're just laid up on the bed, dude. At this
Me,
point,
right?
Fuck.
Lando, you're not there, buddy.
I know. I just had to give it my all.
Okay. Neither of you guys are quite sure what happened. Elwarin, you saw what seemed to be small amounts of golden light coming from Zanril and kind of like entering into Garfield's skin and getting absorbed into it as he's talking about how much he loves making deals. But you're not quite sure what that is or what that could have been.
Oh, he's a life stealer. Ooh.
I love
He's stolen my light. Oh no.
All
Did you
right.
say it was golden light?
Golden
Golden
light,
light?
yes. That seemed to be like when the transaction was happening and they were like kind of shaking hands on the deal. A golden light, kind of just like a small amount of light, came from Zanril that he didn't seem to notice or anybody else in the room except for you. Just kind of came out from him and kind of went into Garfield.
Do I become a neutral evil now?
No, nothing about you has changed. It's just that's happened.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, cool. So that's happened. BigYin, you said you wanted to do something during this downtime?
Yeah, so while the deal's going on, I'll touch my earring and I'll say, "Can you give me a private room? I need to think away from everyone for a moment."
He kind of just looks at you after the deal's done. Things actually, why don't you just say that out loud? I'm very confused.
I don't want anyone else know that I'm asking to go, that I need. I'm gonna do something that people may or may not agree with.
Garfield just stops for a second. He says, "You're not going to blow up my house, right?" In your head, of course.
Well, that would just be rude, and against all laws of hospitality.
That's why I
No.
asked.
I'm going to go and have a conversation.
Okay, I would prefer if you did it here on the bed so I could prevent any issues here. You could do that like in your mind and no one else will notice what's happening. You can pretend to be sleeping.
Very well. If I make a decision, though, I'd ask that you respect it, and I'll let my friends know before I do anything.
No sweat off my back, good sir, as long as you're always looking to make a deal with me in the future. Yeah, sure. So,
Garfield. Yeah, so
and as he says that, he snaps his fingers, and a kind of rectangular light encases the bed you're at, and it becomes soundproof. So no one can hear outside of it or inside.
I close my eyes and wander back inside myself to that black wall.
Okay.
I'll step through it.
Are you sure about that?
Well,
you have
it's the
no
only
magic.
way I know to actually talk to him.
Sure. Okay. Just for the record, right? You have no magic. You
I know.
are second level of exhaustion.
So fine.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure like you're thinking through all of it, right? Like
no, I know. My goal is to talk to him.
Sure. Yeah.
So before I just walk through, I'll look at the wall and say, "Right, you, nameless one, the person living rent free in my head. I'd like to have a discussion. Perhaps talk terms. However, I still have time. I would like to put forth terms that we might discuss for the acceptance of your deal. However, if terms can be reached, I'd like to return to my body unchanged so that I may talk to my friends and explain to them the decision I have made. Is this amenable?"
Okay, so as you kind of say this to the black wall, you feel a heat start to rise out from that kind of like black void space, and
Mhm.
it kind of enraptures you and pulls you into it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just hot. You just feel warmth, and as it pulls you in, um, you no longer see that beautiful castle that you saw before. It's just you and him.
Fine.
He has, um, he seems kind of pissed, and he says, "The fools always think they can make demands of me at the 11th hour. I gave you such an excellent deal before this. But now, when you're powerless essentially, you come back to me hoping to tweak our deal, make changes to a very fair deal I had given you before. Why
DM
should
table.
I even what purpose, what positivity do I gain from this discussion right now?
Quick bit of table talk. What was the offer again? Because I went through my notes. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you would turn into a warlock, and he would change your form to match that of which something like a vessel that he could utilize,
Mm-hmm.
and you would gain powers from him,
Mm-hmm.
and you wouldn't have to worry about your god not being around anymore. And he would give you
Okay.
access to knowledge that you've been craving and hope in search for your entire life.
Okay, that's fine. I am young. I am prideful. I was never one to do as I was told, or at least take being told something lightly. Can you blame can you blame someone for trying to maintain their own identity, their own free will from a situation that they did not enter into willingly, where they felt trapped?
I told you
I
you would
didn't.
retain your own mind. You would retain your memories. You would even still be yourself. Just the form, the exterior shell that you mortals so desperately cling to would be slightly altered at this point to be more suitable for these powers.
I understand.
Then,
To
I
see,
feel
wait, creature. I do not know your name, nor have you given it. Just wait. I have seen things that have enraged me, things that have defiled the very nature that I stood. Druids who had been experimented on to have their magic blended with the curse of lycanthropy. Something so wholly unnatural. I felt such rage I had not felt before.
and yet
And it
you
is
did
that
not take my deal.
it took that fight, and it took seeing what I saw and time to come to that realization.
You've had 2 days since Biggin.
Yes. Yes. This is a very difficult decision. It is not one that I make lightly.
You have given me nothing that sweetens my end of the deal, as you know, get you at the end of this, essentially for free, as you will be powerless. You will have no magic, you will have no way to be useful without me. So what forces me to be kind to you when I was so kind before and giving you a very, very fair offer?
Nothing forces you. Nothing. I do not ask for an adulteration of the deal you set forth. Those terms are amenable. What all I ask is a consideration. For now, I have seen something that forces me to realize I have to walk a different path than what my family may want from me. I have walked a knife's edge a long time. I will make this choice willingly. I will not fight you. I ask that you are honest with me. If you ask me to do something, I ask it be explained. And I ask, since my form will change, that should I need to go home to see my family, that they do not see me as an abomination, that I might be able to disguise myself as my old self for their sakes.
There's always magic that allows you to do this. You can get magic that helps you transform your outer shell, as I continue to explain to you. It is nothing but a appearance.
I understand, but you understand, I do not know you. I am fearful. I am imperfect. I am mortal. This is something I have struggled with. I meant no disrespect, but I needed time, and it seems I needed a catalyst to come to this decision.
Like I've said, you've given me nothing to sweeten this pot. For me to take this and make these changes to this deal that you're requesting, as they only seem to help you.
Did I not say I'd be willing? That
That
I had
changes
seen something
nothing.
that has changed my mind?
That changes nothing for me. You would be willing to take
What
this
would you
deal
want?
one way or the other. You ask what I desire, huh?
You desire many things.
Oh, you would be quite correct with that. I would desire 3 things from you.
How about I offer you something first?
Let's hear it.
You do not know of what I found, what I guarded in the mountain.
But I do. That is
Oh,
what
you
power and knowledge I was offering to you. What you were guarding, what was there. But, as you say, you are foolish, unwise, hasty. Did not agree to my terms originally when they were easily set forth before you. So instead, I will change the deal. I will explain 3 things to you that I order for you to do. Just 3. All other orders must be carried out, or your life forfeit. If I give you a command to take care of something, you do it. If you would like to ask or use one of your 3 questions on to get more details, more than happy to give them to you. I will never lie to you, BigYin. That is not my nature. You might see me as an evil being, but lies will never be something that I ever do to anyone. So that is my offer to you, BigYin.
What are the 3 tasks?
No, I will give you tasks, and you will be given 3 opportunities in your lifetime to ask for clarification on what the reasoning is for those tasks. Otherwise, you do it. And if you start to ask questions and your 3 questions are up, your life forfeit. And your soul will forever serve me at the moment your life is forfeit. If you die of natural means before that, your soul is free. I have no need for that. But should you break this contract with us, go beyond your third question. Your soul shall be mine to serve and to hold.
Is
until
it 3
I get
questions
tired.
per order?
3
Or just
questions
3
in
questions?
your entire life. Either way, Biggin, I get your body tomorrow morning. I don't think you have any way of preventing that at this point. So you take this deal, or deal with the consequences in the morning. I'll let you go now. And he pushes you out of the black wall. And you find yourself on the opposite side. And you find yourself back in your regular body. No longer able to find that pathway to that black wall.
Bastard.
That's a demon, baby.
Demon
Right.
baby.
Yeah, I thought it was a full-grown demon,
You have no idea.
not a baby demon.
Maybe this has been a baby demon the entire time. Wouldn't that be so tragic for you guys? You guys have just been dealing with baby demon and you guys couldn't beat it.
I'll reach out to Garfield.
We haven't had the
again.
chance to beat it yet, so
Where's the
no, we haven't.
demon pacifier when you need one?
I think BigYin's the baby pacifier.
he's
Oh
been
yeah,
one
he's
the
gonna
entire
stop on
time.
it.
He's been one the entire time so far. Yeah, you want to ping Garfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello? Are you done? Can I close out the field?
In a moment. What does the Battle of Wits entail? How does it work?
Oh, Biggin. Depends on the demon. Some of them have a combat-oriented system. Others, riddles, questions. Others, gamble. And there are some small few out there, that will have you tell them a joke. And that will be the end of it, if you can make them laugh. Huh? Quite fun, no? Wits and Wagers, my favorite kind of game. As long as I'm not the one having to play.
Right.
And as he's like talking to Biggin, none of you guys obviously can hear this, but Zanril and Elwarin, you guys just see a massive smile on his face as he's super delighted. You can kind of tell in his eyes, like there's laughter in his eyes and like in his face.
Fuck.
What's making you smile, Garfield?
Oh, the possibilities of contracts. Of what else? I love me some contracts. Do you have anything else for Garfield?
Yeah. So when you pull this thing out of my body and I challenge it, I will still be weak. Will I
Mhm.
not?
That is true. Which is
And if it's
why your friends are here. Depending on the demon, they have different rules for their wits and wagers. I know not which demon is inside you. You haven't given me any details on him, and honestly, I probably wouldn't tell you anyways what his name was, or her name. I know not of the gender.
Well, the first time I saw him face to face, or it was in a beautiful castle made of black stone. There's an army there. It is always surrounded by heat. I know not its name.
He
But it
laughs
is wise.
as you kind of describe it. He's like, my boy, that's half the demon princes in the entire underworld. That tells me not much. I apologize.
Hmm.
But one way or the other, I would probably tell you either way, as I have a law of neutrality.
Mm. You can let the field down.
Snaps his fingers, fields down.
Elwarin,
Yes.
don't sign the contract.
Ooh.
I'll explain why when Lando and Ulrich get here.
Wasn't gonna sign until they get here anyway, so that works for me.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys are trying to do during this time
No,
before they get
I'm
here?
done.
All right, cool. Sweet. Fast forward 2 hours. Mr. Lando, Mr. Ulrich, it is time to leave.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Heck
What
yeah.
is your game plan?
Let's fucking do it. I think
We're-
we
Yeah, go
just
for it.
run right in and just start fucking shit up.
Oh,
Where are
that's
you
not what I
guys
had in
running
mind.
into? Yeah. All right. So let's move ourselves to the red large map, and if you guys can give me some details.
Well, we
on
can
what
do
the
it.
game
We can
plan
do
is.
it all stealth like, but we're still gonna kill dudes. Like,
Sure.
we're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
fuck some
yeah,
shit
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Sure.
Like,
Literally,
it's back to your army days, bro. Like, what are we
yeah.
doing?
Imagine Batman, right?
Which one? I
Like-
heard the new one was pretty good.
Well, the one where he just waits until someone is by themselves and then
Yeah.
drops them like a bag of potatoes.
So
Okay.
this is like a Batman Beginnings kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, when he like
This
is
sounds
just
a lot
fighting.
more like a Metal Gear type thing, where you're basically
Yeah,
running
maybe
around
that
hiding
too.
in boxes and knocking people out.
Actually, yeah, Metal Gear is probably more appropriate because after the first one, we're gonna get spotted and then have to kill everyone.
Oh, and that or Siphon Filter. That's an OG
that's-
PS1 throwback.
Usually, how Metal Gear worked for me was
Cool. All right. So you guys are coming down from this large path up to
Mhm.
the northeast. So tell me what you guys are planning to do. Just like ping it on the map and kind of just walk me through what the game plan is.
where are
We don't.
we're gonna.
Okay, well, what's if we're trying to be sneaky? Why are we walking through
Yeah,
the
we're
middle
gonna
of
be
town?
like back
That's
here.
fine. Yeah, I was just pointing which direction you're coming
Yeah.
from, like where the path was going. I wasn't saying that was your movement.
I think we're gonna
Garfield's
go
place is
this
right
way.
here, as you guys remember.
Yeah, we're gonna skate around the back. We know
That's
where
fine.
we're going.
Cool. All right, so you guys
Actually,
are-
maybe like this.
okay. Yeah. It's like I said, quiet.
Ooh,
It's getting dark. Obviously, you guys can still see as dwarves.
it's right here.
Yeah, Garfield's place right here.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Cool.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at that. I drew on the tactical map. Looks
Nice.
like a. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll say you guys were kind of planning this out like on the ground. Ulrich had driven like a very rough like map
Mhm.
orientation of how this looks, and you guys, all right, cool. We'll coming down from this path, so we'll go here, kind of come around. Cool. Yeah. And so as you guys are kind of outside, like I said, eerily, there's no one outside.
Right, which we're expecting. We're expecting.
The middle of the
Some-
night, and we're in the bushes. So
Well, it's not middle of the night.
It's
It's
like
like-
6:37. It's like
Oh, okay.
oh.
yeah, the sun is down. It is not like middle of the night. This is like I said, like
It's not even.
typical.
It's not even that dark yet. The moon's fucking. Right there.
yeah. The
Oh.
moon is out. Yeah. I mean,
Ever. We're coming home from work. Yeah.
right?
Not
Yeah. So
drinking.
that's what I'm saying, right? So like that's what you're used to at this time of night, right? People are coming back from the quarry. People are having a drink over here at the barber shop.
But
where
nobody's
people hang
out.
out.
So
But
that's
nobody's
pretty
out. Yeah.
sus. Mm,
Pretty
okay.
sus. Yeah.
I mean, we're
So-
looking for ruffians, thugs.
Yeah. And like I said, you don't see anybody as you guys are kind of making your way down in this way.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me give it a look. See.
So this whole plan just takes him right to Garfield and they didn't
Let's
fight anything.
go. Look at that 7.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
Beautiful.
guys make your way very peaceful, very quietly. You guys are stealthy gods, and you make yourselves right to Garfield's house. No issues. Yeah, Lando, like I said,
Well,
eerily quiet that there's no one around.
I did better. Lovely.
So that's a win in Lando's book right there. He beat Ulrich in the roll off.
Yep. And is he actually gonna go in the house?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not. I'm gonna stick around in the back right here.
Okay.
That's pretty sus. What if somebody walks by and they see you and you're doing that? What are you gonna tell them? You know?
I mean, we were really like ready to kill everyone.
That's true.
Like we're
That's
Landing
true.
us
I-
now.
I just wanted, hey man, I was just trying to figure out your plan. That was all.
Lando like walking by, he's like, "Damn, there's no one to kill it." Ulrich's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait back here. He's like, "Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just come inside? We've made
It
it.
just didn't feel right.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you should just come inside. Everybody else is inside waiting for you."
I mean, doesn't it seem a little odd that we were warned that people were looking for folks and now there's no one out here? And we just made it to Garfield's?
Right.
So you go in. I'm gonna stay back here. Then when they ambush Garfield, I'll ambush the ambush.
Yeah, there's not a lot about you that's really ambushy, as evident on our trek over here, buddy. Come on.
Well, I mean, you're not
Look at
wrong.
you. Look
I
at
know,
you.
I know,
I know
I
I
know.
look, untamed, but that's okay.
Yeah, you don't have all
I
the
can-
metal clinking around though. I mean, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
You're smooth and sleek like a gazelle.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty fat one, but yeah.
Well,
yeah. More like a gazelle, because I'm, whatever.
Nah, yeah, with like all the E's, I get it.
Mhm.
What I would say is you might be
It's
interested in.
extra ease because I'm always eating. Oh, there it is.
Got it. Ulrich,
Got
you
it.
might be interested in talking to Garfield about the slime. I don't know if that's how your character would feel about it, but
I mean, Ulrich's basically prepared to have the slime eat him.
understood. Yeah, no, understood. But like, if there's a way around that, maybe. I don't know. I feel like with Ulrich's intelligence,
he's willing to talk to. Look, there's bigger issues in Ulrich's mind right now than
just a little
having
bit
a
of armor.
conversation with a magic man. Like, there's literally no one in the town.
Yeah, and like since as you guys are kind of walking through, like, the houses are fairly quiet. Yeah, everybody's.
Do we see like candlelight in the windows? At least, or
yeah, there's candlelight in the windows
coming out of chimneys.
Yeah, there's candlelight in the windows, but like I said, it's there's nobody here, and it seems like there's a lot of lights around the swinging sword of the helm of the high sun. Like that's where like most of the lights seem to be, but everything else is eerily quiet. Like there's a few candles here and there, like children. I guess if you peered your head in, you would see children in there, but like people that have like smaller children are kind of hanging out at home. But it seems like a majority of the people that are typically kind of out and about in town at this point in time are at the main center over here.
All right. Let's get in there real quick. Barricade the door. Do whatever the hell, sign in whatever, and then get out and see what's up. So, Ulrich will continue sort of leading the way to the door.
Okay, cool. How do you guys approach the door? Do you knock? What do you do?
I don't think Ulrich would knock because he is expecting us.
Okay, so you just try to go for the door?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, the door is like locked. It like is locked, and everyone hears the door kind of shuffling, and Garfield just looks. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's just automatically locks," and he snaps his fingers, and the door unlocks, and kind of you open it easily.
I'm assuming this is the entrance over here.
No, you guys are fine.
Heck, there's no door over there.
Don't worry, it's magic.
Okay. Like open the door. All right. I thought you were expecting us.
I was. It's just those ruffians. They knock on so many doors, and I'm just concerned they'll like try to go for the door and open the door without They don't seem like they have common hospitality, and it bothers me. So I have the automatic lock always there, and I haven't. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, there's no ruffians out there. Actually, there's no one out there. It's real weird. What are we doing here?
Huh?
We killing BigYin or what's happening? Elwarin, what's up?
Yeah, we had these contracts who were about to sign when you guys got here, but BigYin's seems to have other plans now. So I'll let him explain.
I look over at BigYin. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, you look terrible. I forgot. I know it's only been a couple hours, but my god, dude.
I haul myself off the bed. I'm leaning on the staff. I am burned out. The chances of success of this are very low. I do not know what this thing is in my head. I cannot provide any information that would give us an edge. I cannot put your lives at risk. I have spoken with it It and what I have seen, the abominations I saw in that tower need to be destroyed. I am going to make a decision, and I need you to respect it. That whatever happens, you will respect it, and you will not turn against me. My appearance will change, but I will still be me.
Hold on.
I have
What?
been told there are things that I will need to do on occasion.
So you're hold on.
I am taking a deal.
No, you're making us do things too. You just said we have to respect your decision.
I ask. You do not have to. I do
No,
not
you
command.
just told us. You said you have to respect my decision.
Respect
And
my
you are
authority.
gonna be making a deal with a demon.
It offers me power.
Have you not been around for the past couple weeks and what we're doing here?
I have.
You know, like the cultists, right? You know, we've been killing like Lando. We've killed like a lot of cultists, right?
We've killed quite a few.
Yeah. What are the cultists,
I've
Lando?
covered
Can
most.
you give me like just a quick rundown of what a cultist?
They're usually some bad dudes.
Yeah. And what classifies them as a cultist?
You know, they believe in. I don't think I'm the right person to be answering these questions.
Lando's like, I kill them. I don't really question them. I just
dude,
kind of.
you just tell me where to go, man. Let's fucking bang.
He's like, I get pointed in a direction. I just mow them all down, guys. I don't really ask too many questions on why they're.
I already
cultists.
did an Arcana check. It did not go well. So I'm just gonna tell you to screw up this guy, man. You're asking too many. I guess that would be a religion one. I can give that a whirl. Yep, I'm just in the same fucking bed, baby.
Lando, yeah, exactly what you said. You're pretty confident that's all there is to it, really.
Lando's just having an existential crisis. Like, actually, I'm not sure why we're killing all these people.
Nah, bro.
Like, am I just a murderer?
Answer to your question.
Yeah, he's like, am I just a murderer now? Like, I don't know what's happening.
I love how Ulrich and Lando had this moment when they came over here, and Ulrich thought like, yeah, they connect on the same level. And Lando's like, what? What are you talking about? No idea.
He's like, I'm just here to fuck people over and fuck them up if they're attacking
Okay,
us.
well,
Well,
am I the weird one? Okay. Now, what you're saying, this is all I'm saying. Is what you're talking about sounds very cultish. Right? I'm asking the group here. Am I the crazy one?
Yes.
Zanril turns around his head. What were we talking about?
Am I making mountains out of molehills here?
A deal.
I
Zanril.
I see where Ulrich is coming from. I mean, the cultists there follow some sort of leader that tells them what to do, and whatever BigYin's about to do sounds like he has to follow someone and do what they want him to do. So
It's more like I will have an employer, a patron.
exactly, that's what the cultists.
They are slaves. I will not be.
Would you? So, okay, right. Here's a question for you: would you be able to quit your employment?
Unfortunately, that's not how this pact would work.
So, like a slave.
In a sense.
Much like a cultist, like you just said.
Zanril's putting a mask on and is like, it's not me, guys. It's not me at all.
What do you propose then?
Well, I mean, no offense.
I will tell you that if we fail at this thing controls me, mind, body, and soul. If I accept, I am still me.
Only you're not you, because you just said your appearance is going to change too.
The mind will still be mine.
Okay, so body and soul in exchange for mind. All right. All right. Also, I just want to point out, you have said every time we've gone anywhere, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this one, guys. And what? Guess what? We do it. We survived every time. And you're like, we're going to die.
To the point.
I don't know. I'm of the opinion we don't allow a demon that's in your head controlling your body and mind. Oh, sorry, not your mind.
Well, then you'd better kill me if we fail.
Yeah.
Right? Give me the pen.
Well, that's
do
no
that,
problem.
Man. That's no problem. we can.
I just slowly get up. I'm already standing, so I hobble over.
The
I
group is
hobble
like,
over here.
the group is like, you asking us to kill you is like the least of our worries here at this point.
I hobble over here. I'm
No,
like, give me
out
the
of
pen,
character.
and I
Out of
sign the
character.
Yeah.
I just want to point out. Right. This is all in character. This is exactly how Ulrich would
100%.
respond.
100%.
There, if you do want to become a warlock out of character, I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement in game.
You could convince him, is what he's trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
there is a pathway here to convince him. You would have to just
Okay.
talk it out a bit
Right.
more.
Yeah.
Is all I'm-
That's
yeah.
all.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll look at Lando, and I'm still leaning on the stick. I look at Ulrich, and I'm still leaning on the stick, and I say, have we not traveled long enough that you can trust me?
Well, yeah, I can trust you. It's the demon that I'm
thing
not.
What would it take?
I mean, I don't know. If you can look, I know I'm on the wrong side of a lot of these things when it comes to cultists. If you get these three over here, if I'm in the minority, look, I'll just be skeptical of you.
Not like he already isn't. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't
Right,
really
but,
change
like,
too much.
More
It's-
so.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'll look over at Lando. I'll look over at Lando first, and I'll say, "What say you, brother?
What
Do you
do
mind?"
here? Am I gonna kill you?
Oh, I trust you. I trust you to do that if it comes to that. But as it stands, do you have any objection to my decision?
Nah, bro, man, you do whatever the fuck you want, dog. Let's just get to let's clear this town out, man. What the fuck's going on out there?
I'll
That's all
hobble
I'm
over
worried
to.
about.
I'll
I just
hobble
don't
over
care.
to
I have no
Elwarin.
idea. I don't care what's going on here. I think that's where my perception is.
Lando's like, unless we're upgrading Frank, I really don't care that
Yeah,
much
that's
personally.
my only skin in the game. It's right there,
I'll
The
hobble
dog.
over to Elwarin, and I'll just be like, "What say you? I've thought long and hard, and this is the path forward. My path, I think, was never that of the druid. I never believed in Pan, really. It was lip service. It was
Oh, wow.
tradition. I know
The
that
truth
now.
comes out, guys. The truth comes
Yeah.
out.
God,
The
I
only
really
thing
don't-
that's actually gotten Lando
I
is
walked the
Garfield
road.
like Maury or something? Like homie looks like Dr. Phil. You're just spilling it all out, man. I love it.
Coming out of the
I
closet
walked
with
the
his druid
road.
parents.
That
Well-
my family had set before me, and I walked it willingly. It was an opportunity for knowledge, for magic.
Well, Big
But what I've
this-
seen has changed me.
this is your choice in the end over everybody else's, and your family and mine go back, and we have a connection, and I trust you. I just don't know if I'm going to be feeling the same once the demon has missions for you.
I understand. And I'll just kind of look over at Zanril, and I'll say, "You do not know me very well, but I have a sense you might know what I am going through. What say you?"
Okay, so just to pull back real quick, this would be a great opportunity to maybe have Zanril tell his side of what it's like being a warlock boy. Maybe that would sway some of the party members.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah,
I was
just-
surprised you didn't go with him first.
honestly, that's where I was. That's what I was like. Why is he doing it like the worst way possible, like the worst route, honestly, possible? Sorry, continue. I just wanted to like, yeah. Anyways, go.
I think you know of what I speak.
Uh,
What has been your
Yeah.
experience?
sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Just
Hold on. You got a demon in you too?
oh no, no,
What?
I don't got a demon. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. No one tells me anything.
That's
Oh.
the issue.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing, you know. Like being a warlock, you know. I just like I sometimes I just hear things, especially like I was just granted this weapon, and now I'm told to do shit. It's sometimes it like goes according to plan, but you know sometimes it just like steers you off where you want to do, you know. Like sometimes you have to just close some part of yourself to do some things, like against your morals or something.
Says our
If you
merchant
Wait.
friend.
So it's like being a warlock, as you put it, like just having Lando with you.
Essentially, you kind of hear someone say, "Kill him."
Yeah, and then sometimes you're like, all right. I mean,
I don't like that guy. Kill him.
And at other times you're like, do I have to? And they're like, yes. And you're like, okay.
Yes, kill him.
Zanril's like, I've never like really had to do anything too crazy. Like I haven't had to like sacrifice 100 children and like a blood sacrifice. I just like, you know, there's some bad people out there that I find bad, and I kill them once in a while. You know, I don't always want to kill them, but you know, the voice tells me to. So you know, it's not the worst thing ever, but you know, sometimes it's a pain in the ass. You know.
I got a question for you, BigYin. Let's say you accept this thing's power, right? All well and good. Does that mean he'll no longer be residing in your brain?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You're not sure, baby.
Honestly, I don't know.
Maybe that's a question.
I'll be honest. That's a selling point.
Maybe
that was
from
a
what I
question you could have
understand,
asked.
he is the bit of him that entered me when I touched him. It was only a small piece. It's a conduit. I imagine once the pact is formed, I'd have to, I'd have to ask him, but I'd have to ask. But
Follow-up question. If you don't do what he wants you to do, what's going to happen to you?
I die and my soul is forfeit.
Xander's like, yeah, that's kind of how it goes, right? You know, it's just how it be sometimes.
Oh,
I have read of situations where another god, and it is very rare, where a more powerful god or deity may take pity on someone who's made a contract and breaks it in return for an oath of service to them. But that is rare.
You could
So,
argue this
it
is
is.
in essence kind of what he's doing right now, right? He's breaking your power line with whoever this new god is and forming his own. You could make an argument.
But so that would just trying to understand this. But that would mean if he has these things you need to do for him, which you don't know what they are yet. But if you would be in a situation where you feel like in your mind you would not be willing to do that, you could choose to sacrifice yourself rather than following the mission.
If I said no, I die, and he owns my soul.
Okay. Well, it still means you have a choice.
Obviously,
Either do. Okay. Yeah.
I always have. We always have choices.
I
It's
think that's
whether
what-
or not we can live with the consequences.
I think that's what Elwarin is trying to get at. He wasn't sure if you were like going to be
Oh, okay.
compelled to have to do these things, and like you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like once told to do this,
Yeah.
you have to, or like if
The
you
way-
don't want to do it, you can just die, and then that ends.
Yeah. In my last conversation, he said he would have tasks for me. I would be given 3 opportunities to ask one question.
No, 3 opportunities to just ask for more details. You could ask all
Oh.
3 in one go if you wanted to, but you have 3 in your entire
Three.
life.
I have 3 total questions to ask regarding any task he gives me across my life. If I exceed, he kills me, and he owns my soul. If I choose not to complete the task, he kills me and he owns my soul.
How is this not a cult again? I'm trying to be on your side here. Everyone seems to be like,
Zanril seems to think it's not a cult.
It's more of like
A lifestyle change?
a pet.
it's more of a
Like a pet. We're the patrons, we're the greater being's pet. He'll love us when he loves us, when we do follow him, and when we don't, he punishes us.
what?
So you guys are essentially like owners
We're
to
dogs.
a cat. Owners to a cat, I would argue, right? 'Cause
Yes.
dogs are definitely more loving. Cats are definitely more temperamental on how they
No,
do
I'm
things.
just saying that we're like dogs, or like we're pets to these people.
Now, don't get me
How
wrong.
these
I'm
beings.
not a huge fan of this, but it seems like these 3 don't seem to really mind it. Elwarin seems to be like, I'm not a huge fan.
Mhm.
If you can give me assurance that the demon's no longer like riding in your brain anymore, because that's like the whole reason we're here, right? Is to get it out of you.
I would
like
make
he
the
is-
argument the only reason you guys are here is because it's cut off his magic power. I don't think you guys would be otherwise.
I mean, Ulrich is
Un-
trying to get this thing out of him.
Sure, yeah. I'm just saying. I think from a BigYin's perspective, I don't know if he would have tried to get this out
Sure.
if the magic power wasn't reduced.
Give me a moment then.
Yeah.
I'll sit in my chair. I'll sit in the chair. I'll close my eyes. Now, they don't know that I don't have my way back to that path.
Hmm?
And I'll stop and I'll think. And time will pass, like a good minute.
Okay.
And I'll open my eyes and I'll say, he won't be there. The purpose was to create a conduit to me so that he could offer me and tempt me.
Can
But
you,
once he has
Deception?
me, there's no
can
point.
you roll a deception
you roll-
against
you roll-
my
yeah.
passive
Yeah, that's
insight?
what I'm working on.
Yeah. So it's deception
Okay.
versus passive insight. Yeah. I was like waiting for him to finish his statement before like telling him to roll it. That doesn't do it, baby.
Fuck!
So you have lied to Ulrich, and Ulrich knows you lied to him.
He's lying.
What Ulrich does, I mean,
Come on.
I think all of you guys have a passive insight of higher than 6, so all of you know that he's lying to you. He's lying currently, and Garfield is just looking at BigYin and looking at you guys, and he's just kind of shrugs his shoulders and kind of takes a couple steps back as he's waiting for the blowback of the lie.
Can I roll that back, please? That was a very bad decision.
No, it's done. Dude.
Now,
It's done.
BigYin, this whole thing was founded on
Fine.
trust.
Fine. When I talked with him, he cut my connection to him. I can't get back to him on my own. At least I don't think I can. Let me try one more time. Honestly, this time. Garfield, you can monitor me, yes?
Of course. And he's just like
Fine.
he's still kind of backing away, like just waiting for Ulrich to like smack someone.
Just monitor me.
Of course,
close my eyes
yeah. I'll
again.
make sure you don't explode. This is nice furniture.
I'll close my eyes again, and I'll just start chanting the word again. I'll just start chanting demon. 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 Just like Ulrich, the way Ulrich would say it to me, and the way Lando would say it to me.
Demon!
Okay, all right. I like this concept. I really do. Someone within this group could help you with this.
Oh, actually, wait. Zanril?
Eh?
Wait. Hang on. Do you mean Zanril?
So there's 2 people that could help you because 2 people have magic slots. Like,
Garfield or yeah.
no, I was referring to Elwarin. Garfield is.
Elwarin. He'll
Elwarin-
cost
yeah,
me money.
Elwarin's a magic boy.
You're right.
Yeah, I was like, both of them have magic slots. What I was gonna say is like, obviously Zanril has the highest probabilities. He's actually he has a Warlock.
That's what I was
patron,
thinking.
right?
Yeah.
But
Zanril.
Elwarin could like kind of help channel some power into you to kind of help you try to find that ley line. but it would cost Elwarin a spell slot, whereas Zanril will just have to like kind of be in there with you, if that makes sense.
It's a fair point.
I can give you a spell slot if you need. that
I'll
help.
look at Elwarin and I'll say, I'll need you to put a little bit of a magic into me to find, so I can find a ley line.
And as he
to
does
find the
that,
magic.
Zanril will kind of latch onto you and kind of help guide you to do it.
Okay.
So
So
So either one of you guys can use a spell slot. It doesn't really matter. It is your highest level spell slot. I think
Alright,
it's level
so
2 for you, Elwarin.
That's fine.
As is tradition for Warlock.
He's he's a ranger.
Well, yeah, but like it's before a Warlock thing.
Yeah. You're talking about the whole highest level spell slot. Is
Yeah.
the only spell slot. Yeah. Yeah. That was the theme I had behind this. I figured this might be something that happens. Cool. Yeah. So Zanril, you have interlocked your hands with the BigYin. You guys are kind of like holding hands together. And Elwarin, you have both hands on BigYin's back, kind of channeling magical energy into him. Ulrich, Lando, you guys just kind of watching? Cool. That's fine. Yeah, no, I'm just checking to see if you guys were trying to do anything. Garfield's just kind of looking at BigYin and kind of making sure he doesn't start to combust. Because, demons, never know. And Zanril, you get pulled into BigYin's world, into his mind. You see a lush meadow and lots of trees. You see a cave of sorts. You just see it's nature all around you. And then you see the line of Elwarin's magic kind of tracing a path away from this lush greenery and forest pathway. And you see kind of in your mind's eye BigYin, right? BigYin as who he is as a person, not this old man, whatever. And you see yourself kind of just walking through there in whatever form you choose to be in. And you guys kind of follow this ley line. And, in this world, it feels like 30 minutes. In real time, it's probably 20 or 30 seconds. You find yourself led to this black wall. And the pathway leads to this black wall, and it kind of ends there.
Creepy.
I'd stand back if I were you. Right, you. I have a question. This one standing behind me is the witness. I've come before you. I'm talking to my friends. They have one question. If when I take your deal, will you leave my mind? I know you'll have a conduit to me through the contract we sign, but will your presence leave my mind? That is one of my companion's greatest concerns.
As you ask this question, what you guys both see from the darkness are two arms of fire reach out and grab both of you. And as soon as it grabs you, you feel heat, you feel hot. You're not taking damage, obviously, this is like in a mental space. You're not taking psychic damage or anything like that. But it is like hot iron. Like you guys are like in a fire, like in a forge. That's how hot this feels as you get kind of pulled into the blackness. And as you do, you guys come face to face. And BigYin, this is how you expect him. Amorphous form between 15 and 20 feet tall, large red wings kind of spreading out from his back, and these fiery hands that seem to be they're not even coming from this creature. They're coming from the bottom, like if there was a floor, this kind of amorphous space, the fire and the flames seem to be coming erupting out from below and going out and grabbing you guys and pulling you in. And he looks and he says, "Ah, I see who you've brought with you. Zanril, I presume?"
Do I know you?
Let's just say I know your master, and he's a fun one. He looks over to you, BigYin. He says, "You want to know if I'll leave your mind? This hellscape. Yes, I will not be in your mind anymore with a controlling presence. But the conduit that the two of us will share will allow me to read your surface level thoughts, read your thoughts as needed to perform tasks, and to make sure you're doing my work as needed. But I will not be interfering with what's in your head. I will not be placing thoughts into your head. If I need something done, I will simply speak to you. I have no need to control you, as if you don't do what is needed, you die.
That is the answer I wanted. Very well.
And as he's like, as you say that and you're done, Biggin, you get tossed out, and you're back in your body.
Mhm.
Zanril, you're still there. And he looks at you, Zanril. He says, "My boy, why? What
Why,
reason
what?
do you have to follow this buffoon?"
Oh. Don't know. They just told. I'm just doing what I'm told. I've been doing that like ever since I've gotten this patron, so it's better. Just better do without questioning.
Hopefully
Isn't
you
that
can
what
help
you would
Biggin.
prefer?
Yes, hopefully you can help this one ask less questions and act more decisively. Decisiveness. I've been told great things about you, so I have a high expectations now that you're here.
Kinda. I'll try my best. It's kind of unlikely with Biggin, though.
I agree, but maybe he has incentive now because he dies if he doesn't. And as he says
Yeah.
that, he tosses you out of the blackness. And as you feel like you're flying through the kind of like dark space there, you're kind of zipped back into your body. And as you're kind of getting back into your body, you feel the voice of your patron say, "Ah ha ha ha! Seems like you've talked to him. Be careful now. I don't want you leaving me, or I'll kill you. Goodbye." And you get back into your body.
Interesting.
That's a way to look at it. Sure. Yeah.
It's
So-
interesting.
Interesting.
I'll look over. So I wait until I see Zanril sit up.
It takes
And
Zanril
come-
about 30 seconds after Biggin has
Yeah.
kind of like waken up before he's back in his body.
So Zanril, will you confirm that the thing in my head said he will no longer have an overt presence in my head? The contract will allow him to verify my surface level thoughts and communicate with me, but he will not have the power to overtly interfere with me, as if I don't do what he wants, he can kill me.
Yeah. It's like it seems like that's a guarantee. He's quite fond of you, from what I'm hearing. Quite too fond.
Or just like puts his
Mhm.
hands in his face, like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's something.
So one last question that would come up for me, and I don't know if you talked about this yet, but do you have any indication of what this demon's agenda is and what your tasks will look like?
No, he would refuse to tell me every time when I asked him the first time. He just said a form more pleasing to him.
No, he's asking
However-
about the tasks that you'll be doing, not like what you'll look like.
No, he
Yeah.
is not said. He just says, I will ask you to do things.
All right, so let me get this straight. I just want to verify. You get extra power. You gotta do what he says. If you don't do what he says, you die.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer in you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get out of control and kill you, he's gone.
If I die of natural causes, I die. He has no more control over me, and my soul is not his.
I mean, all right. Now things are
Well,
looking up.
Isn't
Things are
he
looking up.
thinking, like, he can probably just reanimate your body, and then we have,
Undead
Deadyin
Biggin.
on our hands.
Undead Biggin.
Deadyin.
Deadyin, is that your
That
phone?
would be
Nice.
that would be kind of hilarious, right? So, and I'm just kind of sit back down. I'm breathing really, really heavy at this point. I am
Well, Lando, I mean, it looks like you're our insurance policy for a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know. Yep. I don't have
So,
any morals. So
yeah, I mean, that's kind of why you're good for the job.
yeah, unlike somebody. Ugh. Jeez.
This
All
guy
right,
and his
let's do this.
morals.
Who were you
I'll-
looking at when you said that?
It's like
We all
everyone.
know. Yeah, I was like, we all know. We all know who
No
he's looking
comment.
at.
No
Yeah.
comment. No comment.
Okay.
I know who he was looking at, and that's all that really matters, I guess.
I guess he was looking at me. Okay.
Nope.
Why are you giving him information, dude? You could have just said maybe, and then left it at that.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
So
no. Maybe,
Ulrich
maybe
is
yes. Maybe no. There we go.
Ulrich would be satisfied. Ish. Right, like not happy.
Sure.
And actually, it wasn't bad boys. It was the bad guys. I think that's what I said.
Whatever.
team-
it's-
for the team
now,
name.
now you're the bad
Well,
boys.
too bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Bad boys.
I definitely
Right.
heard bad boys in the recording. I'm pretty sure that's when I was redoing it. But
So I'll look over at Garfield's like, see, I didn't combust.
no, you didn't. It was touch and go there for a little bit. I was watching your guys' souls, and it was let's just say I'm surprised to see you both back. You guys disappeared off my radar for a little while.
I'll hobble around the table and I'll just like look at him. It's like, can you set up a space for me to transform?
Well, you first
Well,
have to sign the contract.
Which contract?
Oh, are you taking the? Oh, you're doing a deal with me. Oh
No. I'm sorry, old friend.
but I had such a good contract written up.
do we see golden light leaving him now?
You do actually. You do see a little bit of golden light just leave.
I would like to roll an Arcana
Um,
check to see what that golden light is.
Same here.
Sure.
Oh baby.
No one knows.
You're not. Yeah,
Oh,
you're,
for
not,
fuck's
you're not sure, man. You guys are not sure.
Why am I still rolling like dog
Zanril.
shit?
It seems to be a form of happiness for Garfield. It's just joy in the air manifests itself as golden light.
So when it leaves, it's pretty much sadness.
So he's
Yes.
seeping, like he's like taking in happiness from us or something.
No, it's just his joy is manifesting in this golden
Oh,
light,
through deals.
and it's
Oh, cool.
so where his joy is coming from was you taking that deal with him, right? So the golden light was coming from you into him was how it was kind of manifesting itself. And here with BigYin not taking either of the deals that he had, you guys see like 3 or 4 different golden speckles just fall from him and go into the ground.
I'll reach into my bag and in recompense, I'll hand him the red explodey potion.
What the hell?
Well,
Why would you
no,
do
no. So
that?
yeah, let's
No.
rewind that a bit.
Come on, bro.
Let's rewind that.
I feel like I owe him something. He was so happy.
You know him anything. Just for happiness.
Yeah. I like
Crazy.
to make deals, not get free stuff. You
So
know?
here's
Make
my
him
question.
work for
BigYin. Yeah, BigYin. So are you telling me that if you saw a merchant, right, just a merchant on the street,
No,
and you walk,
but it's Garfield.
Yeah, but Garfield.
Garfield. That's why he shouldn't.
That's
this
okay.
is
It's fine.
like
That's a fair
literally
point.
the worst dude you could have done that to of everybody that we've ever
I
met.
put it
yeah,
away.
like I said, I'll let you rewind that because that seems like a
bad decision.
not even just like a weird thing, right? Like Garfield
Yeah.
would be so confused at you trying to give him something like for free. Like it would just be like you would understand just knowing Garfield that might be a little offensive, honestly.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because he's all about the deal,
Yes.
not gifts.
Yes.
Right.
I also
mean,
mentioned that a little bit
Hurt
of
his
golden
pride.
light left Lando because he couldn't make a deal about his dog.
I'll look
yeah.
at-
Oh.
You
So the-
you don't know about that. You can't see that shit.
No,
I'll
he's
look
talking about
over
the
at,
second. He's talking about the second contract.
We're not really seeing golden light, but I'm just saying, like, I imagine that because you were excited to get Frank some
I
more
was
power.
I was excited to get Buff Frank, but you know that's all right.
I had a
So
whole
I'll
thing
go
for
with
Buff
there.
Frank too. The Buff Frank was gonna be dope. I'm also kind of sad as a DM.
We'll
that you
get
guys are-
we'll get there another way.
I like
We'll
the
find a-
idea
we'll
of
find a way.
having Buff Frank. you
Well,
know?
We'll
Elwarin,
find
there's
it
always an
another
opportunity.
you know?
Elwarin, there's always the opportunity with you. Let's not forget.
Oh, I don't know about that. And you don't know.
You just haven't realized it yet.
No,
No
no one
comment.
else has realized it yet.
You haven't realized it yet.
Nobody's
I-
realized
Well,
it.
I can't look into your head.
I know.
Yeah,
Not
nobody
yet.
knows.
Not yet.
Nobody knows.
so I will,
So, anyways, now that all that BS is done,
oh yeah,
Garfield
so-
just looks at you and he says, "Oh, Biggin, it's okay. Wait, I remember something." And he runs into his room, and he like comes back out, and he's got a book, and the book's title is written "Old Primordial Languages." I tracked it down. I figured it out. Oh, it was difficult, but I figured it out. Ah, yes. So, and he kind of moves closer to the table, to the middle here. And he kind of lays it out. He's like, "Ulrich, you'll like this.
I'm listening.
You can come closer to the table, sir."
Yes.
I do so many... Okay, anyways. He flips a few pages around. He says, "There were 4 primordial languages. Did you guys know about those things at all? Do you know anything about primordial languages?
No.
Are you sure? None of you? At all? Ulrich,
I don't speak
they're
primordial.
written in older dwarven script. You've heard of them before,
Yeah.
but you had no idea what they looked like. And now that he's kind of mentioning it, it's starting to click a little bit in your head. Like
We you old dwarven script. We ran into one of those at the fire right thing. There's a doorway.
Yep. So there are 4 elemental primordial languages, and there's 4 elemental cults, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so we've got the air cult for Orin, the water cult for Aquin, the earth cult is Terran, and the flame cult is Ignin. Something that's quite interesting that you might be surprised to hear about, Ulrich. The scripts for all of these languages are written in Dwarvish many hundreds of thousands of years ago. Well, hundreds of
We've
thousands.
a fairly studious group.
Yes. But the issue is, and your friend that you left here, I don't know if you even remember his name anymore, he was helping me research this, and between his books that he had written and his research, there was no information about primordial languages anywhere in the Dwarven history books. Somehow they were removed. Even though it's written in the same ancestral script, there's no evidence of primordial languages anywhere in Dwarven culture or history.
Well, we've always been a secretive lot.
No, even your shield dwarven friend who was doing the research, he couldn't even find any of this. That's the wild part. A fellow dwarf doing history on dwarven life and culture and writing a chronologically sound historical book on what dwarves did couldn't find any of that for his research. He didn't even know there was a link.
Yeah, that is odd.
Might
I'll
want
give you that
to
one.
might want to look into that, Ulrich. There seems to be something interesting going on with that. But anyways,
Yeah, I'll put it on my list. You know, we're doing a few things.
sure. Just seemed like something up your alley. The whole justice for everything.
And I'll look over at Ulrich and I'll say we may need to go visit your old hometown.
I
We may
mean,
be
sure.
going north.
Yeah, eventually. I know we just had a conversation about it, but like, I'm not over the cults. We've gotten 2. We got 2 more to go.
I
Yeah.
will. So I'll just look over at Ulrich. I'll look over at Garfield and I'll say, "There'll be plenty of opportunities for other deals, Garfield. But I do not want to When I change, I do not know what it will be like, and I do not want to destroy this fine house. If you like, I can go outside, but that might draw unnecessary attention.
Oh no, don't worry. I've got something for that. But first, let me finish this real quick. So I was
Okay.
only able to track down one language that could be useful to me, and that was Ignan, the fire. I know you were looking for the earth one. I couldn't find that, but I found the fire word for open. And
Yeah,
and a
oh,
few
yeah.
other phrases, and here, and he kind of just sends it over to you. So you have you can't speak it technically, like he gives you the pronunciation, so you can say 4 or 5 words in primordial or in Ignan, but you could never hold a conversation. It's like
Sure.
a few terse words like open, hi, goodbye, like very basic stuff. And that's what he's giving you. So you can kind of I don't know if proficiency is the right word. You can just kind of put in your inventory or kind of in your knowledge space, or if you want to write that down,
Ignan phrase book.
pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, essentially.
It's not even like a full cipher. It's literally just
A few phrases.
just useful a few words and phrases.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, all right, Garfield. Now you're getting my attention. This is quite helpful.
How interesting the tables turn when I do you a favor. Oh, now the magic is okay.
I mean,
Sorry, that was just a test.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, magic's okay, just not next to me without telling me what you're doing. You know, I've seen a lot of bodies explode, right?
Sure. I've made bodies explode, but typically they were my enemies.
Yeah, exactly.
All I'm saying is maybe you should trust me a bit more. I am a friend.
Well, you say that, but we really haven't had a whole lot of experiences together.
I would disagree, but that's okay.
I barely trust BigYin right now.
Honestly,
we've been together a long time.
But he's got a demon, so I get it. That's how it goes.
But we don't even know who you are or what you are.
I'm Garfield. What more do you need to know?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do this.
Cool. All right, yeah. So after some additional kind of just conversation, Garfield snaps his fingers and starts to channel energy out of his right hand, and a circle appears. Nice little blue magical circle appears on the ground. Says, Biggin, you'll want to step in the middle of that, and I can contain the energies as they were.
I'll close my eyes again, and I'll just
Oh
whisper.
man, he disappeared.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh, there we go.
Once I'm inside the circle, I'll look over it at before you close it, I'll take the ring, I'll take the Emerald Enclave ring off my neck because it's on a
Ooh.
chain, and I'll toss it to Elwarin, and I'll toss it to him. I'll say, "Hold this for me, brother, and let me know if you think I'm worthy of it after." And
Jesus.
I'll look over at Garfield. I'll put my staff down, and I'm standing as upright as I can. I'll say, "Ready," and then I close my eyes and wait for the field to close.
Field to close. What do you mean by that?
Like
maybe I misunderstood.
I'm expecting light, I'm expecting there to be a visible barrier, but
Oh, okay. So you want him to actually enclose the space, so it's like.
Well, I didn't know what mechanic you were going to use to describe it, because I just don't want the energy to escape. But if I'm standing in an area that's
no.
already doing that passively,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
then I'll close my eyes and I'll say, "I accept."
From
You gotta say demon again.
Okay. So as you say I accept, you guys all hear laughter kind of echoing through the room. A deep, rumbling laughter. He says, "Ha ha! A deal has been made." And in your mind's eye, Biggin, You pretty much just see Biggin will serve Master Underwritten. Will be allowed to ask 3 explanatory questions upon given orders. The Biggin's soul will be forfeit, and body shall explode if orders are not followed, or the Biggin exceeds the 3 questions. If should the Biggin die of natural causes, his soul shall not be forfeit to _demon.
Is there any fine print under the term natural causes?
Not that you can see.
I'd actually like to examine the contract. And I look at it, it's like, I always need my contracts.
It's all happening in your mind's eye. If you're trying to figure out if these like slipped anything in there, roll a Arcana check, because this is like a magical thing that's happening.
Fuck.
Nope. Nothing additional is listed
Just
in there.
utter total dog shit. God damn it.
Yep, everything here seems in order.
But I mean, to be fair, the demon did tell you
he'd never lie to me.
Yes.
So, I'll put my hand.
That's exactly what someone who was lying to you would say.
Is there anything in my hand to sign with, or?
It's just it sits there, and it just there's no way for you to sign it that you can see. Like I said, this is all happening in your mind's eye. So think.
Okay.
How would you think about agreeing to this contract?
I manifest my body into this space. I'll take the contract, and using
Your blood.
a sharp piece of bone on that, is part of my costume, I'll pierce my thumb. I'll let the blood well into my hand. I'll close my hand, open it, and I'll put my hand on the contract.
Okay. Cool. And so as you do, the light that surrounds Biggin, this blue light, turns a deep color of maroon and red. And Garfield's like, oh, fuck this guy. And then he takes a step back and kind of stands here. He says, powers contained, but this motherfucker is using my magic to help enhance what he's doing. I hate these demons. And the light goes from purple to a solid red, a like very, very dark and deep red.
Sith Lord status.
Perhaps. And as all this is kind of going on, you guys see Biggin's body slowly get pulled into the red. It's almost like chill. I'll let you know if you got to roll initiative, buddy. Biggin's body. Sure. Biggin's body is getting pulled into this red, lower and lower, until it's just his head.
Should we toss him a rope?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, while this is happening, I'll give you guys an opportunity to do something if you would want to at this point where his head is there.
I mean, if he decides, if he's really not committed anymore, we can, try to yank his head off. He can show up there headless, which would be pretty funny. Just thinking of options. I don't know. Final mulligan, I guess.
Yeah. So, are you guys doing anything? Is my question.
I think the answer is no.
Ulrich has taken a step back because Garfield has taken a step back.
Totally acceptable and totally reasonable, I would say. Especially with that's totally reasonable.
I think he'll actually also like kind of tug on Elwarin to also take a step back. Like, don't
Take
be
a step
standing
back
there.
and yeah.
Lando jumps over the table.
Nah, kidding. I'll go back.
And as
He's
you guys all kind of slowly take
I got
a step.
that 10 feet of range, so it's chilling.
Sure. Yeah. So as you guys all
Stay
kind of take
behind the table.
that step back, Biggin's head goes out from underneath, And Biggin, it's darkness all around you.
I figured.
Wouldn't it be
The-
redness?
No. But, right.
It's a shame.
You feel heat start to scorch your body as the skin and hair and your body as a whole starts to be turned into almost a clay-like substance with this heat kind of making you malleable. Your body gets a little bit smaller.
Frank?
Yes, Biggin is now
I am now turning into Buff Frank.
Oh, that would be so beautiful.
That would be really funny. Still
Like
large.
really buff Frank though.
Yeah, really,
Really buff
really
Frank.
buff Frank. Yeah, that'd be really funny.
Like you can fuck shit up.
Yeah, exactly. And as this is kind of like happening, you feel just the heat kind of start to pierce into you, and as it does, your skin starts to harden as scales start to form across your arm
Ooh.
and on your leg, kind of rolling up from the tips of your toes. Your toes no longer being toes, now sharpened claws. And your body becomes maybe dragon, maybe lizard-like. And as the transformation is finished, in this same kind of dark, inky, just wholly blackened space, you feel yourself changed. No longer a Firbolg, but something, right? As you look down, you can't see in the darkness, fully blind to what's around you. You start to feel your arms and feel your legs and their scales all on you. And slowly but surely, the red circle that is kind of covering the space here in the middle, Biggin, you can't see this, and there's a reason for that. I'll get to that in a second. You guys all start to see a red dragonborn pull up from the center.
Oh man, and we don't have the Fizzbands book, so it's none of the fun shit.
I mean, it's something.
That's cool.
And you guys
Wait, you're
see
fucking dragonborn now?
a red dragonborn kind of creep out from the ground. Very
Wow.
That's gonna change.
His stats have changed.
I think I get a whole new character sheet.
Yeah, it's big in too. You should see it in your character sheet thing.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Fuck
let's
are
see that
you?
shit. What do we got?
And what
Hello.
kind of comes up is he's still in the same clothes. They're a little baggy, but this is a 6.5 foot, very fairly well built dragonborn that appears in front of you guys. And Biggin, I would request that you keep your same Scottish accent
Okay.
because it's still your mind, right? And obviously you can change that as you see fit with the new form, but it's still, you are still you, right? Like just because your body has changed and you feel a little bit more charismatic, you're no longer kind of like awkward and kind of like just giving away things at a whim. You
Yeah.
feel like you're able to talk to people a little bit easier. This new lithe form that you found yourself in is stronger. And you feel yourself just not have the same connection to nature you once did.
Yep.
And through that, you lose the wisdom you had gained as Biggin. And you've exchanged that for this charismatic nature that has brought to yourself to the space where you can now lie. You're now able to perform.
Let's see how that works out.
True.
About as well as Arcana checks, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the new Biggin, ladies and gentlemen.
Him lying would actually be a huge difference. So that's, I'm curious to sort of, instead of telling everybody everything, he's actually going to lie to people.
And this Biggin shall go away from the world.
Right. Well, this is a wee bit different. Very different, in fact. Hang on, guys. I'm just trying to read up on how my magic works now.
I
So
like how Zen-
I don't know. I don't. It's like I'm not like everything is different.
Sarah's like, what the fuck? He just
Yeah, I like
happened?"
how he just now took a step backwards. He's like, he was sitting there the whole time. Now he's like, oh, wait a second.
What the fuck?
Well, looks like we're still
This
gonna be
ain't supposed to
standing out.
happen.
What?
Known
What do you mean
spells,
it's not
known
supposed to
spells,
happen?
spells, known spell slots.
This isn't what usually happens.
And
The
as
hell?
yeah, and so as Biggin kind of fully is there and is kind of looking around the room and talking, the magic circle that was surrounding him in the redness snaps. It dissipates around the space, and Garfield
Put that for the
says,
record.
"Interesting, interesting, a dragonborn." And he kind of looks at you guys. Good luck.
I feel like we
Yeah.
should test out your skills.
1v1 me, bro.
Yeah.
I feel
Now, Lando, I
need-
just want to point out we do have like a weird thing going on outside still.
Oh wait. Hey. DM.
Yeah.
All right.
Did I just lose all my gold?
Well, I mean, did you give it to anybody?
Yes, he gave it to me.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did
You
not
do
realize I was gonna. I thought all my gear was gonna. I thought at least my gold was gonna travel with me.
Yeah,
I didn't-
I'll transfer that over later.
Yeah, like I figured I would lose everything else, like everything druid related, because
Yeah.
that wasn't all that
I was
important.
gonna make a joke that your gold turned into your scales, and then they got dyed red, but that felt mean, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, that really would not have been cool.
I would have laughed. But yeah, no, you have
I
the gold.
don't-
I'll transfer it over later.
Okay, because like the one I was actually gonna ask Garfield, I was like, well, Garfield, it would seem I am in need of a method of disguise. You would not happen to have a hat or helm of disguise, or could you make one?
What about a potion, a one-time use potion, huh?
I would need something I could use many times. A single potion would not work.
Well, I do not have a hat or a helm you could use, but I have a potion.
Oh, I do.
Oh, right. That's a mask, right?
I have the stone mask with bull horns from what's his
Yeah.
face. That said it would change your face, but you'd have to wear it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Just
From-
chuck the head of disguise towards BigYin.
From
Bro,
Baldur's-
that's your magic
Baldur's
item.
Gate.
It's fine.
No, I'll.
He
I'll
needs
say
it for
it
his
as well.
family.
I can give him the. I can give him the
Well,
stone
no.
mask.
So right now it's not for my. It's not necessarily for my family. Right now it's like I don't know how. Like I don't know how in this world how common Dragonborn are. Like we've seen one or two, but
You haven't seen any Dragonborn.
that's right.
You-
We haven't
how-
seen any Dragonborn, so
thought
I
I
have
saw
no
one
idea how.
on the cart.
Well, yeah, no. One of them.
No,
one
he
of the
was-
guys
he
with
was-
us was a.
Was he?
On
Was
the
he
cart.
Dragonborn?
Yeah,
I thought he
yeah.
was a
Yeah.
lizard guy. You're right, right. I thought he was a lizard guy.
We had a
but you
troll
remember-
Yeah,
horn.
no, no.
Dragonborn.
We
He
had
was
a
a
dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
No, yeah,
No,
you've
this
seen
is
one
from
of
like way back. Like
Yeah, you've
back
seen
when
one.
we were like when we
Oh,
first
never
got
mind, I was
the
there.
Red Larch, I think.
No, it was the second time when it was when we hired the extra cards to get us there because
Yeah, at that little like
circled
fucking
back.
river town.
In my
With
mind, he
the-
was a lizard guy for some reason. But that's okay. Maybe I'm misremembering. That's
I
fine.
mean,
no, you
isn't-
said Dragonborn.
Isn't
Sure.
you
yeah,
said
that's fine.
Dragonborn?
Yeah, that's what
Isn't
like I
a
said.
dragon also a lizard?
Play back the tape.
Yeah, I'll have to play back the tape eventually. Like I said, I'm sure I'm wrong if both of you guys are remembering this. That's fine.
Roll it back.
Yeah, so you guys have met.
28.
Yeah, you guys have met one Dragonborn in the entire adventure, and you've heard of one other. No, you haven't even heard of another one. This is the only one. You've only seen one and have heard of one thus far. But there's no discrimination towards him at the time when you met him, right? Like he was treated just like everybody else. So there's that.
Okay. Yeah, DM, I'm gonna have some questions for you regarding this class afterwards.
Sure.
What
Just
class is
because
it?
a warlock class, the old one, and which it's
should be-
the Dark
should-
One's blessing.
Should be Pact of the Fiend.
It's
dude.
Pact of the Fiend. Yeah.
So you shouldn't be Great Old One.
Yeah, Pact of the Fiend. Sorry.
Yeah.
Warlock
fine.
of the Fiend.
Good one.
That's the Warlock is my patron, but I don't know what Pact it is. I don't know if it's Pact of the Tome or Path of the Chain.
It's the Fiend.
Oh no, you could choose that. He's talking about pack
That's the
food.
patron,
Oh,
but
you're
it's
Pact of the Chain.
Pact magic.
Yeah, you're Pact
I
of
am
the Chain.
Oh, pack of the chain. Oh, you got a
So
cool familiar.
I should have Find Familiar spell. Okay.
And
It's kind of implied, more like. I guess you could keep it.
There it is. Yeah, so if I want to use it though, I have to go into my spell list and toggle it so it shows up.
sure. So under the primordial that's kind of listed there as your like languages you understand,
Yep.
it's Ignan that you understand.
Garfield, do you have that Ignan? Do you have any more of that Ignan? Just examples of it.
No, just the book I showed you. Why?
I'd like to try reading it. And I'll walk up to the table.
Yeah, you can read it perfectly fine.
Well, isn't this interesting?
Yeah, this is looking more and more like a cult by the minute.
I'll look over at Ulrich and I'll say, I can read this.
Yeah,
He's become a cult member.
that's what I was saying the whole time.
And I'll stop and I'll look to him in Dwarvish and say, fear not, brother. I am
doesn't
still
help.
here.
That doesn't help.
And
How does
literally,
that prove you're still here?
as I say fear not, brother, I tilt my head to the right. Like I literally roll my head to the right and look at him, and I do the lizard tongue thing.
I don't think that's how Dragonborns are. I don't want to make that a thing in the world. I don't like lizard people are fine with that. I don't know if I want to make Dragonborns be
Okay,
like
fine.
tongue
Dragonborns don't do
thing.
the tongue
Yeah,
thing.
that feels like a lizard person.
Dragon, I don't do that tongue thing.
Yeah, but lizard people definitely do for sure.
Now, are
I
you
think-
trying to comfort me? Is that what this is?
I do believe I tried to comfort you, brother. Admittedly, I am not what I was, but
Yeah, you said
I-
your mind wasn't going to change, but you learned 2 new languages in a couple seconds.
But you should do an insight check on him. He
Go
could
for
be
it.
lying.
Damn it.
It's telling the truth from what you can tell.
Sorry. So, yeah.
Yeah, telling the truth from what you guys can tell.
Were we doing inside checks?
Yeah, you're trying to see if he actually knows these languages. Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. Like I said, he seems to be like doing like he
Christ.
seems to. Yeah.
Lando for the win. Come on, Lando.
do I still have the earring that Garfield gave me?
Yes.
Okay.
What am I doing?
And I'll tap the earring and I'll say,
No, that's
This will be
it, Lando. You don't know what's going on. That's
Inside
totally, that's
check,
totally
do it.
reasonable. It's totally.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
after they're done checking me out, I'll walk up to Elwarin and I'll stand here a distance from him. And I'll get on 2 knees. I'll say, draw your knife, brother.
What?
I don't
Draw
know.
your knife.
None of this is really that comforting.
that made it so much worse.
And I'll reach out, grab his hand, and I'll bring the knife against my own neck, and I tilt my head back, and I'll just
Ugh.
hold it there, and then I let go.
Wait. First of all, I did not draw my knife.
Just draw your bloody knife. This is noble. Just do it.
Honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
Like,
I'm not drawing my knife.
I love
Not happening.
Biggin is just
Not
like, let me
happening.
do something cool. Everybody's like, what the fuck is happening?
Fine. Yeah, I'll see your hesitation. I'll just be like, trust me, brother. Trust me.
Do I even have a knife? I have a dagger. I can
That's
draw
the
my
same thing.
dagger.
Yeah, same
Draw
thing.
it.
Same concept. Yeah.
Right, sure, I draw my dagger.
And I'll just take his hand very gently. I'll grab the hilt where he has it, and I'll put the knife against my neck. And then I'll stick my hand out, asking, basically gesturing for the ring. Do you trust me, brother? Am I still worthy of that trust? And I'll say all this in Elvish.
And I. Do you still speak Elvish?
I do.
Okay, that's good.
I spoke Elvish before. I still
well, I don't know
do.
if you lost that. I don't know how it works.
I'm trying to determine if he's lying.
It's an insight on perception. From what you're perceiving, they seem to be speaking the same language.
No. I guess I
Well,
would
I mean,
be
you
using an
you
insight.
can't fake a language. Like if you talk to me in Elvish and I understand, then it's obviously Elvish. I mean, that's
But Lando doesn't know Elvish, I don't think. Do you
No,
know
I'm just
Elvish?
trying to
Lando?
see if he's lying about what he's saying in Elvish, but I guess I don't understand that, so I have no idea.
I mean, it would just been disadvantage insight check is what I would call that. But
so
Hey, I'll take that. That's it.
as a response to what BigYin's just said, my response would be, I don't know if I'm the one to make that call.
ooh, good point. Good point.
I think you and me will have to have a one-on-one conversation about this.
I close my hand and I draw it back and I say, "That is fair." And I'm still kneeling, waiting for him to take an action.
No, I'll remove the knife and tell him to get up.
I'll stand and I'll extend my hand and say, "Thank you for your honesty, brother."
And it is this kind of similar Scottish accent. It sounds a little harsher in the Draconic tongue with a deeper bass to it than the original BigYin.
All right. Well, okay. There's a lot to take in.
Garfield's just like,
I don't know.
And I did all that for free. Fuck me, guys. And he just walks away disappointed in himself. I'm getting soft in my old age.
All right.
If you need me, I'll be in my room. And he goes into his room.
Now, this is all very odd, and I don't know what's going on with you, Bacon. You must be touched in the head or something at this point. But okay, he just started speaking literally in tongues. He's never spoken in Dwarven before. Now he knows Dwarven. He can read Primordial, I guess.
Ignan specifically.
That's fun.
Yeah, Ignan specifically.
Anyway, we got a town full of mercenaries looking for people who fit some description close to our group.
No, it's just one
Well,
dude now. Just
not
him.
BigYin anymore.
Not BigYin anymore. Like we are just 5 travelers, and homeboy over there can blend in.
Hang on a minute. Didn't Zanril come back and say like they had all of our names written down?
No.
They
Never
had
find anything.
Yeah, so what you guys kind of inferred, like we made a joke about that all of your guys' pictures were on like wanted signs, and Frank the clay dog was it was a picture.
Okay, I didn't realize it was a
Lando's.
joke. I actually thought that was legit.
Yeah, no, you guys didn't actually get to see what they look like. Kalisa just said that they were looking for you.
But
guys.
Zanril did let on that he was with the group.
Yes.
And the group is here.
Yes.
Which is why he got free drinks.
I would say Kalisa probably doesn't.
He still has.
Yeah, he hasn't given them out. My understanding. I don't know if he drank all of them while waiting for you guys. I personally don't know. Yeah, I personally don't know. It's in a keg, so I mean, it's still fresh-ish. What I was gonna say is like, but Zanril saw that. Xander talked to Kalisa. Kalisa doesn't know where you guys are at this current moment, but she knows that Zanril came through, got 5 beers, assuming that 5 of you guys, as you kind of put 2 and 2 together. But they don't know where you're staying, if that makes sense. Like, even if she wanted to snitch on you guys, not saying that she does, she wouldn't even know where to tell them that you guys are at.
And I mean, we do have BigYin and now who does not look like whatever they're looking for. So
Yeah.
we can probably use that to our advantage.
Yeah, you could send BigYin out to the world. Nobody knows who this person is.
He could definitely find out more about what's going
Assuming
on
they
here.
don't all run away screaming because the Dragon Man's here.
We don't really know that situation. Like,
So
I don't know. Our
yeah,
group is not too frightened by it, right? We've
seen
one. We've heard.
Yeah, so I've kind of talked to you guys like road building wise. Like, most small towns are the only ones that have like any racist tendencies towards like the quote unquote monstrous races, like Mr.
Like
Useless
with
as an orc.
Useless?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say what you said at the beginning.
Yeah. And like, a dragonborn could be considered monstrous in a small kind of hick town, but in like the bigger towns where people that have like trade and stuff like that, there really isn't any racism that you guys have encountered or really had an issue with.
I mean, look at this group and look at the people we brought.
That's what I'm saying, right?
along,
Like
yeah.
it's such a ragtag team, and like nobody's really batted an eye at you guys. So you guys would, from all of that experience plus everybody else you've met, wouldn't think in this area at least, right, this part of the world, that there would be any issues with the dragonborn walking around. At least not as they would be as weird about that as if Lando was walking around. You know what I mean?
Does BigYin gain, like, his mind is the same, so he wouldn't gain any knowledge that he didn't have before, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, he got the language buff. That's the gift from his patron, but he hasn't gotten any like new memories, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm just thinking because we're still looking for whatever that god's name is to get inside those doors, and I didn't know if that's anything connected to those languages.
Not necessarily having to look for the gods, right? Like you guys from seeing that, Ignin, that now that BigYin and Ulrich can kind of put it 2 and 2 together with Garfield, you might be able to get in through the fire cult place now that you have a man that can read the Ignin. That was written there.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna grab the book. Oh no, you already grabbed it, right?
Yeah. I mean,
you have the phrases.
Yeah, you have
I know,
the
but
phrases written down.
the primordial book.
No, that
Oh,
Garfield took that back.
Yeah, that's Garfield's
okay.
book. I don't think he'd let me take it.
No, yeah, BigYin just read through it and could read it, and he was excited.
Because the first door that we found was we needed to have a name or like a code word to get in, right?
Yeah, some kind of phrase. Yeah, you guys weren't sure,
Right.
but
And
with this new
it
knowledge,
came down to like whoever the god is, or whatever the name was. We needed one name to get in, right?
that was one thought. Like the guy you were talking to had no idea, and you could make the inference based off what Garfield has kind of told you, based off your passive kind of wisdom and intelligence scores between like the 5 of you guys as a whole, would kind of infer that because of the way that it seems these primordial languages were hidden away and disassociated from the dwarvish script and like it not really being a thing, that maybe it's just you need to speak in one of those languages and they're like lost languages that people don't speak or know of anymore.
Okay.
Or it could be the god's name. You're not 100% sure, right?
Yeah, okay.
It could be that. Remember. It could be the other one. But I'm saying, like, because now that you kind of see the script and like Ulrich wrote down the script and kind of showed it to BigYin, and BigYin's like, yeah, I can read that. You guys are pretty good, I would say.
That's something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Ulrich, you didn't actually show BigYin, but BigYin like looked at the phrases and could read it. So if you wanted to show him what you wrote down, he could translate it, possibly.
Ulrich's next plan is to go back because he has this phrase book and start saying all the phrases to the door.
That's what I figured. Yeah, I figured you weren't actually going to trust BigYin with that. So that's why yeah. And then as you kind of approach this, it's a stone statue of a giant, just a regular giant.
So wait, have we left?
No,
we're
Lando's literally looking at the statues.
So, are we going to kill? So, what is our plan?
Well, our plan was to free you from the demon, which we not really did, but
we kind of did.
Kind of did, but you're still influenced by it. But you're different now, so we achieved one step, I guess. But
How many health points do you have?
You can't see. Show us.
Yeah, that's
Show us your health points.
Let me see it.
Are you the new tank?
I have 46 HP.
Oh, never mind.
All
even
right.
listen to me.
That's awesome.
You hide behind me, then it's fine.
He's supposed to be. So is he a super skinny dragonborn? What the fuck's up with that?
Just because you're
He's
strong
300
doesn't mean.
pounds.
Yeah, just because you're strong and beefy doesn't mean that you can like take a lot of hits.
That's
I'm not
exactly
Just
what I
strong.
me,
mean.
big showy muscles.
Nope.
That's
That
it.
is literally like
Muscles for
textbook
show.
Exactly what it means.
Muscles for show, man.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
he's
strong and
what? So
buffy,
he's-
but I
he's-
can take more than he does.
Yeah.
He's just taking. He's just got a lot of like steroids or some shit. Like,
nah.
is
So
that what
like
you're saying? It's all
think
fake?
like bodybuilders, right?
just really into
Dragon
creatine.
genes,
Yeah, so think of it like this, right? Like you, Elwarin, and Ulrich are more like fighters, right? Like think like martial arts or UFC and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but
Biggin's
Elwarin uses
character,
a bow. He doesn't even get up close, or he's not
dude,
supposed
that's
to.
a martial art, dude. There are so many martial arts that use bows. Anyways, I need to get into that. But what I'm saying is like there are people like bodybuilders, right?
Yeah, but they're always
If-
just standing there.
Sure, but if you
away
put
from
a
their
if you
target.
put a person that's going to the gym 5 days a week or whatever, right, and you put him in the same ring as a UFC fighter, yeah, he's got muscles, but doesn't mean shit when he's getting everything beat out of him.
That's a fair point. That's
Right?
a fair point.
He's taking Dragon's arms.
So he's just gonna have to be real
cool.
far away. Oh, just love that. At least the other one could turn into a bear. God damn, that was so cool.
Yeah, then as Lando's kind of inspecting the newly formed Big, and he just starts in the usual Lando way finding something to nitpick at.
Well, I gotta see like what this guy's combat skills are. You know, I can't respect him yet. Like I know what the other dude had. Like, you know, he had his moments. He came in clutch sometimes.
Sure, you can ask
big heels. You know,
ask
I
Big
don't know-
number
I don't know
2.
I don't know shit about this guy.
Yeah, ask
so
Big
I'm
number
just-
2.
I'm gonna hold my judgment, but there is judgment.
If
That's all I'm saying.
if
I'll just kind of walk up to Lando and I'll say, I see
That is
the
not
doubt.
a fight you want to pick, buddy.
I see
I did
the
one
doubt
shot
in
you
your
if I wanted
eyes.
to. Did you
I
say
don't have
stick
any.
around?
I don't have any armor on, do I? Oh no, you gave me like shitty leather armor.
No, you're wearing
Okay.
the same clothes than before, right?
you had this shitty leather armor
Yeah.
before, dude, what
Yeah.
what are you upset about, dude? You're literally wearing the same clothes. They're actually bagging on you because you're not
No,
as
I
tall.
actually I had a higher AC because I had natural armor from being a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's taking me a while to get used to the
New character
get
sheet,
used
man.
to the yeah.
Being a squishy spellcaster.
Hey, DM, what is this item that's just listed as C in my inventory?
That's a great question.
He's got the whole ocean in his hand.
See,
It just says C on it. I have no idea what that is.
I would
It's
like
the
to
third item down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I would like to think that's rope, maybe.
Rope is all the way down at the bottom.
Okay.
So it says scroll case stuffed full of notes, light crossbow,
yeah,
and C.
yeah, I'm looking at it.
Oh, crossbow bolts,
Yeah,
probably.
that's what it would be. Yes, crossbow
Oh.
bolts. That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can edit
getting the
that,
same
by the
items here.
way.
I started.
Hashtag Warlock things, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I put it
So,
there.
so we don't really have a healer anymore, huh?
No, not really.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure the Fiend pack of the Fiend can get pretty tanky by just killing peeps.
Okay, but that doesn't heal anybody.
Oh no, he just heals himself.
Yes,
or
yes,
he
it's-
just gives himself temporarily hit
Great,
points.
but
per
someone
kill.
needs to heal Ulrich because he just throws himself in front of
Nah.
everybody.
He's got
Ulrich's
yeah.
fine.
He's got
He
dwarven
I know,
bite
knows
now.
I know Ulrich is fine, but for the team, we need someone to heal Ulrich.
We're just gonna have to stack up on potions or rely on Elwarin. He can't do any thunderbolt spells.
Yeah.
Elwarin's like, so potions, right?
Right,
Potions?
yeah.
We're just spending
I
all
mean,
of our
my-
newfound cash on potions, right?
Yeah,
My,
or
my,
we
my
could-
healing spells and apostrophes are not that great, you know? They're not.
Healing spells are healing spells at the end of the day.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so Biggin, we'll have a chat after the session's done today, and we'll kind of
Yeah,
go
are we just
over...
gonna call it here? Are we gonna go out and
No.
fight and kill the
No,
guys?
no,
that are
no,
looking
no,
for
no,
us?
no. We can keep going. I just want to let you know we're having a conversation about like what items that were with Biggin at one point still work for the new Biggin because of the class change and stuff like that. And from there, you can choose if you want to move items around that would make more sense for different characters to have, for example, as an example. But yeah, no, the
Okay.
session's continuing. I'm just letting you know, like we'll have a conversation later.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my spell slots organized because I can't there's certain things I can't edit on this sheet. It's really annoying. I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
Okay. You got 2 spell slots, buddy. Welcome to the Warlock lifestyle.
Well, no, but spell slots. So it's always
It's always max
Hang on.
level.
It's just 2 of the
So-
max.
You're always casting
wait.
your spells at max level.
So even if I'm I'm casting Find Familiar at like
Well, that's a
Level
ritual.
2.
You just do
You
that.
can do a
regularly.
ritual, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a ritual.
that's a
Okay.
ritual, yeah.
So that's a ritual.
But yeah, if you
Okay.
cast a level 1 spell, it will be cast at your highest level spell slot.
Should be level
And
4.
then,
You
So-
must upcast always.
do I have a minimum of how many spells I can prepare at a given time, or do I just know them all?
You knew all of them. Welcome to Warlock
Oh.
lifestyle.
You
See,
just
this
can
is
cast 2 a day or
I
2
just
a
cast
short rest.
to a short rest.
So what is your guys' game plan now?
So I'll
that-
just look at Lando. I'll just look down at Lando. I'll say, "Pretty not, Lando. You'll see what I
I'm
can do
the
soon enough."
reincarnation of Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep. And I believe it too.
100%. He believes he's the reincarnation of fantasy.
Insight
Jesus.
check.
Yeah, go for it. Lando believes
I believe it.
You also believe that Lando is the reincarnation of fantasy Jesus.
And I'm still rolling like bullshit.
That will never change. Don't worry, buddy.
Fuck you.
You can change the character sheet, cannot change the person rolling the dice.
I guess.
Cool.
Computer rolling the dice.
It's his computer,
Yeah,
right? So it's the same concept.
Yeah, so
His IP address.
let's just ignore what happened for a second, even though it's hard. But let's try
Wow.
to think.
Hater.
Let's try to think to the next step. Like, what's happening? What are we doing? Are we going back? Are we trying to get into that door? What's our game plan here? Like,
Well, first we gotta figure out what the hell's going on here in Red Larch.
do we need to though, or could we just dip and say, well, we'll never find out? I mean-
I'll raise
Do you
my
guys
hand.
ever
I'll
have to
say-
come back here? That's the question, right?
I would.
Well, wouldn't
Raise
it be
my
the
hand
same if we come
quietly.
back at one point? Like, I mean, if we come back in a week, is it going
Yeah.
to be the same, or are they
Who
just
knows?
currently looking for us? If we go there and destroy them all, would they still look for us, or are they all gone? You know, like,
Yeah, that's the question.
this might just be a small branch of the whole tree we're looking for.
I think that is likely.
It would seem to me that there are people looking for us. Well, looking for us and what I used to be. It might be expedient to remove such impedimenta from our path. They're clearly disturbing the neighborhood. It's not, from what Zanril said before my and I'll just kind of gesture my hands out in a rather theatrical display. Change that we are still very well liked by this town, and that these interlopers are seen as a negative influence. I think it might be a wonderful way, a good gesture, to remove said impedimenta and perhaps test these new abilities. I think Lando would find that quite agreeable. He might even trust me a bit after that.
I get that, but is it really worth starting a fight just to test your new abilities rather than using them in a situation where we should be fighting?
Should we
I
not
don't
be
know.
should we
I
not
don't
be
know- I don't know
defending this
who
town?
Dragon
Have we
fellow
not
is over here, but
have we not
he's
defended it
saying
before?
some good things.
Hang on, I'm gonna make a persuasion. I would like to persuade. I would like to persuade.
Well, here, how about you let other people to talk
Okay,
Yeah.
as
fine.
well?
I've been
Fine.
persuaded. This dragon fellow over here who
I've been
still don't know
done.
who it is.
Done yet. Let's go. All right, we're good.
You know, like,
Be a long lost friend.
he's talking
So-
about killing people. I like him a little bit more already. Much better than that other guy who was never like, kill this, kill that. Like, oh gosh.
We
Whoever
could at
this dude
least,
is really, top
like, I
stuff.
understand where you're coming from, Elwarin.
Mhm.
Yes. We shouldn't just kill everyone all the time. And just using, like, literally murdering people because you got new powers. That's not, I'm not on board with that.
We don't even know if that's effective too. Like, he might just be really bad in combat. We don't know. We have no idea. He might just go out there and
But-
die right away. There's a
How do we
chance.
know what level of a warlock is he? Level
Big
7?
Biggin, you just suggested let's go murder people because I got new powers.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean, they are looking for us, and they are seemingly a disruption to the town.
Right. Here's a crazy idea. I'm just throwing this one out there. Why don't we figure out why they're here and why they're looking for folks and why people are mad?
Why are you so mad?
I'm on board with that. Let's
I agree.
Yeah.
Let us do
get
Yeah,
the
that then.
information.
They're like,
and
hey,
go
we're
with
trying
that.
to kill these guys. Okay, then we can test out your powers.
I'm just concerned by the timbre of the letter we found from Joffer. It seems as if him saying revenge will be sweet is a bit ominous for us, is it not?
Maybe. If it's us.
And he just leaves it at that. Maybe, man.
Like,
We don't even know.
yeah, we need to find out more information before we go killing people.
Then
So-
what do you suggest? What do you suggest then? And I'll just kind of look at him and just wait expectantly for orders.
Some of y'all can just change the way you look. You look completely different. Go out and ask questions.
Yeah, if that's what I was going to say the same. If Begin with his new look, like they're not going to. I mean, you might look different than people around here, but I don't think they're going to be too shocked about it, and they would never suspect that you're part of our party.
That is a fair point.
And I'll point out that everyone is already sort of gathered together, so it wouldn't be too weird for someone from out of town to walk in and be like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, it's a strange situation. The town is quiet, no one is out. You can ask those questions. No one's going to be like, "Why are you asking this?"
Another thing I would
Zanril,
say.
will you come with me?
One second. Another thing I would say is the clothes you are wearing are baggy on you.
That's
right?
true.
They are ill-fitting. So you may want to address that before whatever you guys are planning on doing.
Fair point.
But everything's closed right now, right? Except for Garfield.
Yeah.
Oh, Garfield, I'd like to make a deal.
Oh God.
Someone rang. I heard a deal is in the need.
And just a quick
Snoopy.
pause, DM. Assuming my gold is going to be there, I would like to buy. My goal is basically to buy something that fits me,
Okay.
and hopefully, I'm basically going to see what Garfield has in terms of clothing and stuff that might actually fit me.
Yeah.
Because
most
like I don't
likely.
like the staff won't work with me. The healing ring would be useful, and the parapetaph that protects me from poison would be great. Those are the only magical items I had, and the staff was already busted. So, and it's not like I can. Oh wait, could I fix that?
I don't know. Can you?
DM, I have a question.
I
Sure.
might have to try and fix the staff. No, the staff I'll want to fix too.
I updated all
So-
your gold. 1 second. Xander.
Oh, awesome.
So we made a deal and we gave potions to.
We did not.
Garfield.
We did
You
not. We did not get
We did
potions.
not.
He still has them.
Did not.
We still have them.
Oh,
all.
we still have them. Oh,
Guys
okay.
did
I
not
thought
do
we
the
gave
deal.
him for collateral and all
No,
that.
it was to sign it, and then you would give it to him before the procedure was done.
Okay.
So with you guys waiting as long as you did, it may have been like 1 or like 11:59 when the contract like went into effect, because he would need to review the potions and stuff like that. So you know, maybe it was better that
Garfield.
you guys didn't do the thing. Who knows?
Garfield, old friend.
Yes, Mr. New and Improved Biggin.
My garments are a bit, well, ill-fitting.
Oh yes, 100%. Yes, horrible fit.
Do you have anything that might be more befitting and might offer me a wee bit more protection?
What do you mean by protection? Protection from the sun?
Something that would
Protection.
keep people from sticking me with sharp things.
I might have something for that. How much money are you looking to spend there, buddy?
Well, show me the item and then we can talk terms.
Okay. Open up the player's handbook. He has every item
Okay.
that's
all
like
right.
regular on there. If you have a specific magic item you're looking for, let me
I
know. and
haven't
can-
had time to. I haven't had time to look.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. It's
but-
like you can come back. We can circle back on this later.
Okay.
Like Garfield's not dying anytime soon. At
That's
least
fine.
I don't plan on
Actually,
him
for
dying.
now,
Yeah,
just
unfortunate.
some. Can you work any magic just to maybe make everything fit, and we might come back to a more refined purchase.
He snaps
and
his
I will-
fingers, and your clothes are fully transformed and changed into nobles' clothings.
Does my AC drop, or is it still 12?
No, your armor's underneath it, but there's
Okay.
it's like
And you're
no
really
whole
weak.
attire.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
Yeah.
technically the armor's over the clothing.
In this case, it's underneath. Like that's how Garfield fashioned this. So
Well,
it
this
won't.
is very.
So
This is wonderfully fine.
the key thing here, Ulrich, is that it won't fit when he tries to flip it around, which was Garfield's joke in this that you've now ruined for me.
This is very fun. And does the armor fit snugly, or is it still loose underneath the clothes?
The armor is snug underneath your clothes.
Good. That's the important
you're
thing.
gonna chafe, bro. You got fucking scales, homie. That's
He
bad.
is. Yep. All these
It's
things.
gonna
are
start
Jurassic
peeling.
You need some gold bond.
That's okay. We can collect
Um,
some dragon
ooh,
scales
I
afterwards.
can give him some of my magical cleaner. That'll help, probably, right? Like in skin. Isn't that what you want on like chemically powder goodness in there?
No comment.
Wonderful.
Trying to
Zanril,
help out.
would you like to put on your your hat of magical disguise, and perhaps we might go out and collect intelligence?
Sure. Okay. What should I transform into? I guess another fellow Dragonborn.
Whatever you would like, lad. Whatever you would like.
Okay, another Dragonborn it is.
That's not suspicious.
Red dragon. So
We all
our
know
sister
the
fire-
Dragonborns travel in pairs.
Oh, of course.
In some town that's never had two of them, just
Oh,
now
yes.
has two of them that are just going to be walking on by.
I would
It'd be
suggest
just-
something a wee bit more inconspicuous, perhaps a half elf.
Or a human.
I transform back
Or
to
a human.
myself.
Oh, you are a half elf. A human then. Make yourself a
well,
human.
I get rid of the transformation since I was disguised as a human.
Oh, well then, yeah. Actually, but they know what you look like.
I guess I transform into an old man.
You know what? I'll go out by myself. Cool. I will go out by myself. I was like, actually, you rest here, lad, and I just go out. I was like,
After
I'll be
all
back.
of that transformation were done, he's like, actually, you could just relax. You
No,
could just
actually, I like him as the old man because he got me through town as the old man. Right, let's go.
You were
let's
the
go get
old
a
man.
pint. I know.
Yeah, Ulrich's like, no, Zanril, you need to go with him.
Come on, father. Let us go get a drink.
Yeah, now you have to be an old lizard. You have to be an old dragonborn now. He
What the
called you
fuck?
father.
Did I fuck a dragon? What? Call
This
me
is perfect.
father?
Actually, yes, perfect. An old man dragonborn. This will be perfect. This will be awesome.
What is
Okay.
happening?
I don't know.
All right,
Okay,
so as I've heard it, it's Biggin as himself because he's now a dragonborn, red dragonborn, and Zanril has changed himself into a older looking red dragonborn.
Yes.
okay.
So he's a
And-
dragon.
So just to clarify, the tavern he went to before, was it the Swinging Sword or the Helm in the High Sun?
He got his
Swinging
alcohol from Swinging
sword.
Sword. Yeah.
Right. Let us go back to the Swinging Sword, shall we?
Okay.
Lean on me. Oh, lean on me, father.
Great song.
And-
Great song. Wow.
And I'd like as we're walking, I'd like to kind of keep an eye out for. God, my perception is awful.
It is. It is. Welcome
God.
to the Warlock life.
Having a wisdom of 10 blows.
Yeah. But at
Oh,
least you're
God.
charismatic. You know, you're sexy
Yeah.
as fuck. That's all that matters.
That's true. That's true. God, this is so jarring.
He's like, I have to be smooth now. I can't just put my foot in my mouth all the time.
I'd like to at least with the best of my ability try and keep an eye out for any roving bands of people
Sure.
wandering the streets looking for us.
Yeah. Go ahead. And roll for it.
And just perception.
I
Okay.
can't see shit.
You're an old man. it makes
You're a
sense.
dragonborn. You have dark vision.
Dragonborns don't have dark vision, my dude.
Oh, you're right. I thought we did.
No,
Wait,
you
I
don't.
have dark vision.
Because you have the goggles still.
Well, I have the goggles, but also I thought I had something as.
Oh, you have
part-
Devil's Sight, I think.
I have
Oh,
devil
yeah.
sight. Yeah.
Both of you guys do.
Seeing magical darkness, baby. Eldritch blast from the dark.
You guys will just see the two of them go into magical darkness every fight, shoot things and lasers from outside the darkness, and then just move as a roving cloud of black.
that is actually kind of awesome. So yeah, so I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
Two
So as you
17s.
guys are making your way up here, it is still fairly quiet in this area, like all kind of like around here. But as you're getting closer and closer to the swinging sword at the helm of the high sun, you see pretty much everybody, every major adult, kind of in between both inns
Mm-hmm.
in the town.
Looks like a party over there.
Can I get a read on what all the adults are doing out of the town?
Give me an
On
insight
what they're all
check.
doing outside?
Give me an insight check. They're, like I said, they're in the helm of the high sun and in the swinging sword. They're between both of
Okay.
those two inns.
Oh, okay. So they're inside. They're not outside.
Yeah, they're inside. Yeah, but you can see through the windows. You can see them all.
Well, let's just go into the swinging sword. If I thought they
Alright.
might be out, I thought they might be outside.
No, yeah,
you
they're
know,
all
I thought
inside.
there might be some. Okay, so they're all inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll take a peek through the window. So let's see what I see. Fuck!
You see a lot of people. They
That's
are-
insight, bro.
Yeah, they're you don't get a +8 to that anymore. They're all inside there. They're talking to each other. And,
I hate this bullshit. Why did I take this deal? Okay. Let's see,
Zanril,
well,
so like big announcement, you kind of see people talking around. Zanril, you see tensions are seemingly running high for the people in the swinging sword, and as you kind of like look over to see at the helm of the high sun, you see people are conversing in the helm of the high sun a little bit more jovially and a little bit more freely. People in the swinging sword seem to be a little bit more on edge.
we'll go to the helmet. What do you think, Zanril? Helmet in the high sun first, or the swinging sword first?
Swinging sword kind of seems like a badish, or not quite tense. It looks quite tense inside. So maybe the other one.
Well, loose lips do tend to spill secrets.
Oh,
Let's
that's
go
true.
there first and hear to see what we can hear. So we'll go to the helm in the high sun.
Cool. And as you guys open the kind of swinging door and walk in, you see roughly 25 people in the space. It's like fairly packed for the Helm of the High Sun. They usually don't have this many patrons kind of there all at once. Within that group, 10 of them are armed mercenaries, is a good term. Variety of different races. And they're chatting with everybody. They seem to be happy. They've got beer, and they're chatting everybody up. That's kind of what you see as you kind of walk in, and you see barkeep in the back. And we will end tonight's session there with you guys kind of walking into that situation. And as the two of you guys kind of walk in, all heads turn towards you as two Dragonborn have walked into the Helm of the High Sun.
Told you it was